it's very likely that you've noticed there's been a lot of talk about mindfulness. So how in the world do you and I stay mindful or fully present in the moment? Have you noticed how sometimes perhaps you're with someone, it could be a dear friend, it could be your spouse, it could be your children, and you're there and they're speaking with you, but you don't quite hear them because your mind is daydreaming, moving elsewhere. Or you're at a business meeting or a conference and something's being said, it's important, but you're so preoccupied that you don't hear it. Or when you're driving, operating heavy machinery, or typing, if we're not fully present, we're more likely to have an accident, to make a mistake. You know this. So in the Silva Method immersion experience, or more specifically in my Silva Method Mastery Program, these are some of the things that we look into. How to be more present, how to be more mindfully, some strategies, if you will. And there are 2 strategies I want to offer you to stay more fully present. And I define them as number 1, permission, and number 2, reschedule. So for example, permission. You have a pile to-dos. You're determined, today's the day, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to nail this, clean out the garage, or get through this work, whatever it is, personal or business. And then you get an unexpected phone call from a dear, dear friend, somebody you really enjoy. And you had no clue, no idea they were there, unannounced. You don't have access to this person too often. This is a rare opportunity visit, and they want to get together now, or as soon as possible. Well, we've all been there, right? What do? If you say no to them, you feel bad, right? Because you'd love to see them, say hello, give them a hug, spend some time with them. And then if you say yes, you run the risk of feeling guilty because you left all that work behind that's not getting done. And guilt is a major stressor. So it almost sounds contrite, but it's not. Either way, in those situations, it's a lose-lose unless we what? Assert ourselves, recognize what's most important to me, prioritize it, and in the instance of we choose to be with our friend, to visit with them, we've got to give ourselves permission to put it aside and reschedule it to later that day or to the next day or whatever's appropriate, and to be with that person. It's a mental strategy that helps you to just kind of clear the space. Another strategy, well, those 2 relate to each other, but another strategy is the power of completions. If you find yourself with family, friends, or leaving a lot on the table, and you've got unfinished business and loose ends, so to speak, the risk there again is that when you're with someone you really care about, or you're doing some work that's important to you, or you're studying or reading or something like that, you're going to be what? Distracted mentally, because you've got in the back of your head what you didn't finish, those loose ends, and it can get in the way. So part of the strategy is, again, either get them done, fill that in, or give yourself permission to put it aside temporarily, to reschedule it to another time, as soon as possible. And again, it's that same aspect that by doing that, it helps keep you more present so that you can be focused. And one more strategy that I find to be the most powerful that I teach in all my Silva Method classes and the immersion of life and intuition system in particular is when you're leaving work, before you get home, before you go into your home with your family or your friends, take a little pause, we call them in Silva alpha break. Close your eyes, a few slow deep breaths. It's a transition meditation, some call it. And that is a few slow deep breaths and just release some of the stresses of the day and clarify your intention that you now want to be with your family or with your loved one or a significant other or this meeting. So in between meetings, in between topics, in between events during the day, it's very helpful to take anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes to do this, and you'll find yourself more present, more focused, because what you're doing is you're releasing some of those stresses, some of the tension, because obviously You may be, you're not finished, but you could be complete with it for the time being. And then you're focusing on what your intention of what you're about to do next, who you want to be with. It really makes a world of difference. I want you to not just take my word for it, just do it and find out. It's a wonderful tool strategy. My name is Ken Coscia. I serve as the lead instructor for the Silva Method, and thanks so much for watching.